Cloudflare has introduced a new tool designed to combat the increasing challenge of AI bots scraping websites for data to train AI models. This initiative aims to prevent unauthorized data harvesting while ensuring that AI companies adhere to web scraping rules. This is a story that I have personally been following very closely because it's been infuriating that many of these AI bots haven't followed robots.txt and things like that. Jack, I know you're following this too. What do you think of this?
Well, let's first make sure we talk about the big problem, which is these big models, the LLMs like ChatGPT and all of this type of stuff, they are trained on billions and billions of pieces of content, separate pieces of content. And the only way they can be trained is to build up this corpus of data. The vendors have to collect that data by scraping it off the internet. Now, for since the start of the web era, we have basically said that anything that was published you can read on a website. And then there was a file, as you mentioned, called robots.txt that gave instructions to robots or tools that went and scraped websites that said, gave basically provided the rules of how you could use the data that you're accessing. Unfortunately, in their zeal to train these large models, the AI model builders have ignored robots.txt completely. And in fact, Microsoft's AI CEO, Mustafa Suleyman, basically said that anything is fair game. In fact, he said, quote, anyone can copy it, recreate with it, reproduce with it. That has been freeware if you like. That's been the understanding. So he's basically said, if you publish it and you don't protect it with gated login content, it's mine and I'll use it however you want. And that's not sort of the moral social contract we've been living under until this point. So that's really the big problem is people are now concerned that their own intellectual property that they've created, whether it's the written word or images or photos or videos or what have you, that that's going to be taken, sucked into this giant LLM AI engine thingy, and then spit back out as somebody else's work. So there's a big concern about that. And what Cloudflare has done is they've introduced a tool that will detect when it's an AI engine scraping your website and try to prevent that for Cloudflare's customers. The irony here is that in order for Cloudflare to do this, they developed an AI engine by looking at their customers' websites and traffic to do so. But I think this is a very good first attempt at really trying to rebalance and re-level the playing field between content creators and the AI engines who are using that content without compensation and without respect to copyrights or any other content protection, and just using that content willy-nilly. It also hints, though, at a future problem, which is that we now have a lot of AI generated data on the publicly available net that is being scraped by AI engines to use as training data. So now the AI engines are training on their own output, which somehow I don't think is going to work well in the long run.